up, y'all? Good Monday. Good to see y'all. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't know, this is TFG Tonight, and I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. And this is the best morning show that you can watch at night. Y'all listen, that's Devin, that's Lee, and that's Kenny.
I'm trying to be nice.
Black said we got two Americans.
Say to my brother Black, man, I think you could be a preacher. I ain't never heard somebody that use a curse word and then read a scripture right after.
So let me state for the record, I am a misogynist. You know,
Pull out your card, Doc. He's
and I'm a chauvinist as well. Anybody who knows me knows that.
That's right.
Now I can go back to minding my own business. Either that boy is Benjamin Button or somebody lying.
And listen, and that boy may be mentally 12, but he's 34.
You bad boy, you don't do it again.
I'll let Black articulate a little bit better than that.
Nope.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's good for the soul. It's like medicine. Right?
Yeah, for real.
That's all I gotta say. I wish I had one of them applause buttons to, like that.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
And what a Monday it is. Oh, I'm not even gonna give no intro. It's just come on. Yes. Hey y'all. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
My brother always. Thank you, sir. And hey, that Carl. Now listen, we talking today. I ain't wasting time. I ain't playing because we got some really strong conversations to have over in this thing today, so I'm not gonna mess around. But good to see you, ma'am, and all y'all that's filing in here like good old church members. Yes, sir. Hey, man, you getting money now, ain't you?
Not a whole lot. See, you in the business. I done told you. You said this the last time.
No. I'm just asking.
It ain't enough to start tithing. So let's put it that way.
That conversation will happen on this platform one day. Yes, we can definitely talk about that. Black, you good, brother?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Man, listen, man, that purple looking good on that gray beard, Doc. I like it.
I look good in purple. I'm like a fat Jolly Rancher, but I still look good.
Okay. You know what?
All right.
You know what? I had a joke for my brother, but I'm gonna let you go, brother Black.
What? I love you.
I was gonna say you look like a big black Barney.
That's
right. That's right.
Well,
I'll take it.
No, you looking dapper, brother. You looking dapper.
Yeah. Sister, you doing all right down there?
I am on my coconut milk with some shot of rum in it. I am great.
Oh, okay.
They heard me get this over with, but it should kick in.
What you say, Carol? I come in early to get my shit. I sure appreciate it.
I know that's right, CC.
Yeah, and get your popcorn ready. Listen, where you been?
What up, Miss Tori?
Oh,
yeah, it's been a minute since you've been live with us.
I had to check some of the tape. I said, "Did we upset her?" But I'm good to see you, man. I'm always. This is gonna be a great show. Now we got two heavy hitters in the pews and in the stands, and so listen, this is gonna be a great conversation. So y'all know, listen, if we say something y'all like, y'all just come on, send us a little love. Again, we like the kind of jingle, but we definitely like the kind of info. So
and shout out and thank you to Miss Carol.
I'm glad you said
who blessed us all. Miss
Carol.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Thank you, CC.
I actually said it during the show, but I guess y'all didn't check it. I
remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want to say it again.
Yes, sir. Always. Yeah, we're gonna always appreciate those that appreciate us. So, all right, listen. I call it keeping up with politics, but this is my sister's show. Actually, this her segment because we talking about one of these black girls in this Congress and this white girl. I again. We don't race bait, but at the same time, a lot of stuff is always about race. And so if y'all was hiding under a rock, there was a meeting they had last week, where how she pronounced it? Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body.
Yep.
That's
green.
It.
That's what it was.
All bees. I loved it.
All bees.
Yeah. So I know I'm gonna give my sister a chance to give a little bit too from the side. But again, she had something to say about her eyelashes because there was an issue. And again, Jasmine Crockett, that's the young lady that we're talking about. Jasmine said, yeah, she was trying to be racist What's going on? How you doing, man? Long time no
Hey,
see.
good evening.
Miss Anointing.
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. So again, but sister, tell me what Jasmine was thinking about when this white woman had something to say.
You know, I honestly did not. I mean, yeah, I think that whole racist, but I didn't think this had anything to do with race. I just think she was baiting her. She tried to insult her, but
Mhm.
here's what she forgot:
Mm.
it's a new day.
Definitely is that. Yes,
There's
ma'am.
just certain people that she can't come for, and I try to warn people who come for me because I know me in my mouth, and I know how petty I am, and I just tell whoever it is, do you really want to go there with me?
Right.
Because a lot of my words I can't unsay. But to me, once you kick open the door or once you crack the door open, I can blow that hole down because you already initiated the fight, right? So if you can make fun of my eyelashes, I'm gonna make fun of everything in your life. You bad built, Taylor built, looking like an 18-wheeler, bleach blonde, buck-tooth ass hoe. See, she could have just have it, right? Because she is built like a dude. She called that girl a dude. She said she built like a 13-year-old fat ass boy. And I agree with her. And that's exactly what she looked like with that bleach blonde ass hair that ain't work. I promise you, the bitch don't even know what color her hair is. I bet she was born with dark brown hair, and she probably ain't seen her natural hair since she was born. She should have just continued to let her have it, because once you think you're gonna read me, I should just be able to unload on your bad built ass. I watched that clip, y'all, I swear to God, 30 times. I laughed so hard because she met the right one. Anybody else? Because I think Spanish Fish tried to be nice to her because she don't really know how to read. She was talking, she really didn't know what to say because I couldn't even see it the first time I heard it. But I knew when the black girl stepped in and let her ass have it. So I think they should go on a reading section. It's a song out about it too. If y'all hadn't heard the song, TikTok.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it.
So I think every time they get a chance, in honor of what's the representative's name who died, who used to let him have it in there all the time, in honor of him.
Oh, you talking about the black dude?
Let our ass have it every time they in there is what I think.
You talking about when they go low?
See if I can go and say a word or two. I'll take a flight. Y'all know I don't mind getting on a plane. I'm gonna go find it and I'm gonna read her ass too, and then I'm gonna come back and tell y'all about
it. Yeah, you talking about homeboy in the school district? When they go low, we go lower. Yeah,
and he did. He went to hell with him frequently. I loved it.
Listen, he didn't have no shame either. Black, I want to give you this because I was really interested at how they proceeded with not wanting to strike Marjorie's words down. And actually, he said there wasn't no issue with her, the way she said something to her. But it was funny because when Jasmine made her statement about her, the white man was like, say what? I felt like he just wanted her to say it again, so that he could, like, do his dumb stuff again. So, what you think? I mean, I'm not asking you if they racist. We know what the fight is about.
Well, I'm gonna go there. I do think there's. I think we keep pretending that race doesn't matter anymore, and that's my problem. We're acting as if in 2024 we're so far removed from racial elements anymore. In many ways, it's more racist now than ever before. And I definitely think it's racist. The problem has been that Donald Trump has ushered in an era of empowerment to white people. I'm not mincing words here, that believe now that it's okay to say certain things. We're this close from them coming out saying the N-word because they've become empowered. And some kind of way they think that since we as black people have these positions, that some kind of way we have pacified, and we the good old days when you whoop somebody's ass is gone. That's why you had incidents like that in Alabama. The good old days where the social media is full of incidents where it's empowered them to feel like at Family Dollar and Walmart and places where there used to be decorum that you can say that and get away with it. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I'm okay with if she had went up over there and wore her ass out. And that's what's needed. She's been getting away with it too much. And I don't think the guy, I really think he was dumbfounded. You got to remember, some of these people, that's the only time they ever even interact with black people.
Sure.
Right.
You're right.
And so he didn't really get the colloquialisms that she used. With this term, we're gonna read them. And they get all the interaction from black people from what they see on TV and from being sycophants from people like Donald Trump. And they think they understand us when they don't. That they don't know the average black person. We got two faces. I show up every day as the work person, but behind the scenes, I'll whoop your ass.
Thank you, sir, for that commentary. Kenny, as sister alluded to, Acacia, I can't even. AOC.
AOC, yeah.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Thank you.
Yeah.
I did hear that decent attempt, but I don't think Jasmine needed no help. But I understand she wanted to get in and get some smoke in her hair. But I mean, there's a right and a wrong way to come in somebody, and you got for us. Don't come in there if you ain't gonna do it right now. And I think that was a little bit. She kind of took away from what Jasmine did. So I mean, just speak to the importance of making sure now. If you're gonna come hit, make sure you come hit right. Don't miss.
Yeah. I think AOC was just, her
baby girl.
She hadn't been there, done that before. Bless her heart. So Jasmine's gonna probably pull her to the side afterwards and say, baby, I love you. But now when we do this tag team, this is how you read her. Jasmine is gonna get her in training. So next time AOC come at bad built, body, blonde, whatever the hell her name is, AOC gonna be on it. So she's gonna be all right. The thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene, man, here's the thing about her particularly. She loves to throw the rock and then hide her hand.
Yep.
She loves to do that shit first, and then she wants to play like she the victim.
Right.
So until like Brother Black, until like Lady D, until somebody really just punch her in the, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to condone violence. Until somebody really, really read that woman, she's going to continue to do this crap in Congress. And it's a shame that Congress is being acting like this. But sometimes you got to sometimes when you're dealing with hogs, you got to get in the pig pen with them and get dirty. That's real talk. And that's who Marjorie Taylor Greene is.
They just need to keep ushering in people of color in there. And then they all just need to tag team Caitlyn Jenner and just let her have it every time they in the room with her.
Yeah. And Alexandria was giving AP classes, you know what I'm saying? Now, baby, you got to take some of them low classes. Right. So again, Jasmine, take her out for a drink, a lunch or something, and just give her a couple of them, you know what I'm saying? But that baby girl, I was like, you was watching too much BET with that one. Maybe two. I don't know.
She was too proper with it. Too proper with it.
That's it. Put some slang on it. Yeah. Tori said she gonna run into Marjorie sometime when she go up in there. So
okay. All right, Miss Toria, let us know. Make sure somebody recording it. I want to see it.
Yeah, she said all the time I go to that Capitol, nothing but God keeps me from running into dreams. But yeah, that's funny. So, all right, Carol says she wants you to record it, sister. So
I sure will.
Yeah. So, all right. I just want to do a little housekeeping right quick. We're gonna talk about some stuff. So if your children are listening, y'all may want to tell them step out a little bit because we're gonna have some pretty deep conversations today. We're gonna talk about some pretty grown stuff. So just to FYI y'all that. Not now, but I'll let y'all know. Kids, go to bed. So I'll let everybody know. But maybe now because this food was pretty disgusting here. So it just really made me think. But this is a Houston restaurant. This fool is back here cooking, and he pulling out his Johnson. And again, he is serving himself up. He's not using a spatula anymore. This really triggered me because I used to work in the cafeterias a long time ago. My first job, I was washing dishes at a restaurant, and I saw some of the things. I really did not appreciate all the cooks that used to smoke. Cause it's like, man, your hands, all that nicotine. I don't smoke. Why y'all go smoke so much? It's just so. I mean, I don't know. And I'm really like, what you call it when I'm a germaphobe. I really
OCD.
Yeah, I'm really a germaphobe when it comes to this. Yeah, Carl, he whipped out his little thing and sticking it in some of the jelly and trying to jam it in. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm just thinking, what is y'all's worst fears when it comes to going to restaurants? Because they just not as clean as they used to be. And I say clean. I don't think they ever been clean, but I'm just saying, how do we keep going to restaurants and just being like, we just act like no, everybody's back there doing sanitizing? I mean, bro, we done gone to restaurants and they done shut down next week. You like, what happened? They was being nasty. She said, he is in jail, Miss Tori. He
should be.
Yeah. So I mean, Black. I mean, what do you have you ever just gave thought to like what's going on?
I do.
Yeah.
My ex-wife, way back when I was 21, is one of the reasons why I don't eat out very often. Just to be honest with you, and even all the way here now. The places I go where I buy food, I try to go to places where I can see inside the kitchen. First of all, the surroundings is something I look at anyway. I have my favorite Mexican place here where I'm able to go and I'm sitting at the counter and I can see them cooking. And you can tell when your food is the quality of it is fresh and they've never but again, at the same time, I'm looking around to make sure I don't see any roaches or anything like that. My trigger is rats.
Yeah.
That's my trigger for me. Believe it or not, there's an acceptable amount of lower hygiene I just accept in certain things. Okay. Especially even it could be the nicest restaurant. I can't see what's going on back there. Sure. You have to trust that everybody is going to be clean. Now, surely I hope nobody putting a Willy Wonka in my food, but I just know how people are. Of course, they're nasty because America right now, these nasty people don't even bathe on a regular basis and they wipe their hands on their jeans. They don't wear hairnets on their hair. So you kind of have to go into it with a certain level of, look, if I don't see anything, but my wife caught me, if I see something, if I see flies, roaches, anything, I'm done. I will not eat it. I'm done. Yeah. That's for me. Visually, if it's out of mind, I can live with it.
Yeah, sister. I mean, are we the most forgiving or the most forgetful when it comes to restaurants? Like,
hell no, I'm not. My family give me a hard time for being a germaphobe. I'm pretty bad, but I've told myself kind of out of sight, out of mind, kind of like what Black said. So if I don't know and I don't see it, I let it go. But I remember my family talked me into going to Chili's once, and they sit me near the kitchen, and the girl that was a waitress, I saw her pick up my asparagus with her hands after her nasty ass come off the floor and put it on my plate.
Oh my God.
I stood up and walked the hell out. I watched a video of a dude at a food truck in New York. This is why I don't eat New York food trucks. Somebody was hiding in the background and he was handling his business and then made a hot dog, nasty bastard. So I don't eat at New York food trucks anymore. It's just certain places I don't eat. No disrespect to anybody, one of y'all. I don't eat food from people I know got cats. My daughter got cats. I told her, you'll never be able to serve me a plate of goddamn. She's like, my cats don't even go in the kitchen. Irrelevant. So I mean, I'm just funny about food, and I'm naive to think that if I don't see it, it ain't happening. But I don't want myself to not eating out because of the way I am, because I am so funny about washing my hands a billion times a day, even when I'm not eating. So if you eat anything from me, if I eat anything from me, I promise you my hands and everything are clean. And I don't do nasty. If I saw something like that, I would probably vomit. And to this day, I would not go back to that restaurant because I don't trust them.
I agree.
Yeah. Nah. I mean, so my family, they want plasticware. I mean, even we go into a nice restaurant, can I get plasticware? I was like, y'all, I'm like, they're not gonna have. They just a real stickler.
I'll tell you something about that plasticware. Don't let me ruin it for you. Before I was a nurse, I used to work for this group home. We used to go to this rec center, and our job, we work with a lot of kids who had like diagnoses of Down syndrome or other diagnosis as cognitive things. And our job was to stuff those plastic containers with your cutlery. And we would watch them and make sure that they was clean. You know, we really tried our best to pay attention, but it'd be times where I'm like, girl, Lisa, get your finger out your nose, go wash your damn hands. Don't be touching those folks' stuff. Because a lot of them had Down syndrome. That was their job. I paid like 1 cent per thing that they packaged that they did, and we sold them, and they would let them do that to give them an opportunity to be a part of the workforce.
Okay, I thank you. Okay, I appreciate it, Kenny. I mean, Kenny. I mean, I don't understand. Like when it comes, I mean, even the nicest restaurants sometimes they just have nasty people, bro, and it's just like, I mean, so people get sick eating food. Like, and we just don't know. So, I mean, how much of a risk are we really taking eating food like this?
I'll be honest with you. I worked my first job out of high school. I became a line cook at Red Lobster. I did that for 8 years. So I definitely can tell. I got some stories to tell that I can tell you, or some things that happened. But I would say this: 90% of the restaurants really are pretty decent and clean. I know y'all don't think so, but most restaurants, when you talk about the line cooks and the cooks, most of the time that 90% of them would be clean. But now that 10%, again, that's anything. There's always going to be that small window where you're going to get some nasty and some stuff that's going to not measure up. And then Miss Iskar, she said something that I thought was interesting. She says that she said a friend of hers told her not to order fries or anything because the line chefs or something will eat one off your plate or whatever.
They do.
Yeah, they do. I've seen that done. And I used to also tell people, do not ever eat at a restaurant when they're about to close. Because you know what? You're going to get some crap.
Oh,
100%. Yeah, they just going to throw you some shit together. So that's my advice. If you're trying to eat at a restaurant, don't go eat there right before closing time, because you're not going to get anything that's going to be worth eating, and it'll probably make you sick.
It's a call. I'm with you. I don't agree with Kenny. I'm going to see Kenny's report. I don't know if
I was 8 years in the game. Now I did see some ish that I'm not going to tell on air that I didn't do it, but a fellow worker of mine, he did it. And I was like, dude, you might need to get arrested for what you just did to them people's place.
Yeah. I mean, you know, ultimately, what I say is that I think our digestive system is amazing, because ain't no telling what we done ate and all that kind of stuff.
That's true.
So, you know, again, I thank God that he got it right on the first time, because you can't tell me ain't no God the way we do things around here. So I don't know, y'all. So anyway, but all right, y'all. So y'all just be careful out there in them streets, man. When y'all going out to eat, you know, just be careful, and y'all better stop being ugly to them waiters and waitresses, because they go back there and cuts up.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, they cuts up back there. Yeah, hey, Demi, good to see you. She said that's why I pray. I understand. Yeah,
already.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, well, listen, Queen is king. Now, we talked about Martha when she did her Sports Illustrated, so I was not going to sit up here and act like we ain't going to talk about Sister Gail now. Honey, I will say, I don't think they photoshopped, and she looked all right. Black, did you see it?
I did not see it.
What?
Oh, you didn't see it? Damn,
No,
Black, I hate you didn't see it.
Okay.
I saw it.
I'm going to have to pull this up on the side because I'm so attracted to her.
Okay,
yeah, pull it up.
Pull it up right quick, and I'll come back to you, Kenny.
Gayle King, Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny. I mean, you know, she's 69, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
like
69.
That. I guess so.
She looks really good to be 60. That money gets you right. I mean, do you think she done had a little surgery done, Kenny?
No, she ain't had no surgery. From the pictures I saw, it looked all natural to me.
It did.
Yeah, it looked natural to me.
It did.
I mean, I wouldn't want to hit it, but you know, to each his own.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right, sister. I mean, Black don't crack, and I agree. And I'm not here to try to, you know, what y'all say, body shame, but you know, if I'm not comparing her to Martha, but I mean, Sports Illustrated been doing their thing, man, trying to highlight older women. Again, you're right. It's not doing nothing for what I'm, you know, but She looked good. So how did you think the pictures look?
Okay, I'm looking at them.
I felt like with her being 69, let's say she had a 70-year-old husband, I think she's hittable by her 70-year-old husband. I don't think she's let herself go to where he could say he's no longer attracted to her. She looks to me like she's lived a fairly stress-free life. I didn't see where I thought she looked like she had a lot of work done, or you know what I'm saying? Maybe she'd been on that big old like everybody else in Hollywood, but other than that, I don't see anything major. You know, I thought the lady looked good, and I like that they're highlighting these natural bodies opposed to those silicone ass bodies. I kind of appreciate it, if I'm being honest with you.
Now, did she have she don't have any children, does she?
She don't have no kids. She ain't got no man.
Nope.
Okay.
She a millionaire. That's why she looked like that.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she ain't had no work done or nothing. Okay, Black. Give it to us straight off the press. What you thinking?
Well, again, I've been more attracted to her because of what she said about black men and everything. So emotionally, I'm attracted to her. Intellectually, I'm attracted to her. Now you can cut that head clean off. Let me start there.
I'm sick of that.
Sick of you. I'm so sick of you.
But body wise, look, I'm fat, I'm sloppy. Shit, she got a little stomach right now, so she probably got some good pussy underneath there. So I would knock her down.
It's because Gail does have children.
Gail got kids.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know she had any kids.
Even more props to her.
Right, really for sure. Good. She looked good.
Okay, she had a daughter who got married a few years. Okay.
Okay. All right. Wow. Well, that's what's up.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Back to our regular schedule. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Black.
This soft porn you giving out. Go ahead. What you saying?
You got me in tears over here, man.
I'm sorry. Come on. Okay.
Oh man.
Okay. All right.
Oh, son and a daughter. Okay.
She said, she has 2 kids. I believe Oprah has said they are her godchildren. Those kids don't. I don't even think those kids probably even went to middle school. All the money they got. Oh, God.
Yeah, they said.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's it. So, all right, Black. Well, thank you, sir. All y'all. Yes, I'm just. Hey, we got bigger issues to talk about. So, listen, I don't want to hurt us early. Let's just get on in there, man. So. All right, my brother. Listen.
What's up?
Wow. Listen. Caitlin took another L tonight.
Hey, what's up, Bama girl? Long time no see.
Yeah.
I guess the algorithm working today because all those
I know that's
right.
Like, they coming, ain't they?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I know you lying that she didn't try to hook up with Bend It Over BB. She better not mess with that man. You don't want what she got. See, man? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Kenny, just come on, Kenny.
Okay.
As I was saying,
I heard you say so. I was gonna let you get yours out, brother.
I was saying that. Listen, these sisters ain't letting Caitlin get a win under her belt for nothing, man. I don't think go all the way losing, but I don't. These black girls got a chip on their shoulder about this girl coming in there.
And I get it. I mean, but she's a rookie. I mean, I think people are forgetting the fact that she's a rookie. Yes. I mean, we can go back to the GOAT, our GOAT. I can say this because Black agrees with me. Our GOAT, MJ. He caught grief as a rookie. You don't think that he was getting talked crazy to or whatever? They didn't think he had it. So I mean, this is growing pains. I think Caitlin Clark is going to be a great player, but I think she's gonna have a tougher time than I think Angel Reese because I think their games are so different. Angel Reese plays a different type of game, so the transition for her is easier, I think, than it is for Caitlin. So that's what I think, and it's about race too. We can say what we want to say, but it's damn sure about race.
But I'm seeing a lot of commercials now, man. So these sisters, I seen some girl on a State Farm commercial dribbling the basket. I said, "What?
And that's the Caitlin Clark effect. And I'm not mad about that. I think it helps the overall league. It helps the sisters to get they bag too. So, but at the end of the day, she's gonna have to play ball, and they're gonna give it to her every night on the court, and we've seen that thus far. So, but we're gonna leave Cece over there We will talk about her. We got enough time to talk about her.
Another butch body, huh? All right.
Right. Caitlin looks like a man. God dang. Oh,
I'm
wow.
telling you.
Y'all, tough crowd.
Right.
But we down to the Final Four in the NBA playoffs. We got the Celtics and the Pacers. They're going to be going at it. I think they tip off tomorrow. And we got the Warriors. No, I'm sorry. I said the Wolves. What the hell was I thinking about? The Timberwolves. My bad. And the Mavericks.
I'm telling
you.
In
the Western Conference Finals. Our guy, me and Black's guy, Anthony Edwards. I saw your post. You spoke a little too soon about Anthony. But anyway. But again, so those two will be facing off. Those two teams will be facing off in Western Conference Finals. But I'm talking about Coach Prime. We ain't talked about Coach Prime in a minute. I ran across an article today that Colorado football, they've already sold out of season tickets for the second year in a row for their upcoming season. But here's the thing that Colorado has been dealing with that's kind of been flying under the radar. I've been checking it out and been watching. They have lost quite a few players in the transfer portal. Matter of fact, I did some digging, and the Colorado Buffaloes have lost the most players in the transfer portal than any Division I football school. They've lost 41 players into the transfer portal. Number 2 is Indiana at 39. Michigan State is at 39. Bama's at 39, which Bama Girl is in the chat. And number 5 is Houston with 33. So there's been a lot of negativity on social media between Shedeur Sanders and some of those former players. Hey, what's up, Diane P? A lot of that's been going on. There's been some. What up, Craig? There's been a lot of critical talk about Coach Prime. You know, you losing players, you bringing some in, but why is all these players leaving? So I just want to get you guys' thoughts on: is this a big deal? Should Coach Prime be worried that there's negative things being said about his program and him losing players? I'm gonna start with you, Ms. Devin. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that there's always going to be a spotlight on him, and I think that people take they love anything negative associated with him, or him possibly not being successful, or him possibly having a loss, or anything going wrong with him. I just don't think people are rooting for him. I think people are rooting more for him to fail than for him to succeed. So any little thing negative, they're going to highlight it. But I really feel like if you were to highlight other schools that are comparable, you would see a lot of the same thing.
And I agree with that. I'm going to go with you, Brother Black. What's your thoughts on this whole Coach Prime in Colorado and players leaving and talking? Because a lot of the players that's transferred have said negative things about Coach Prime. What's your thoughts on that?
Cat Williams, in his very first comedy special, which to me was the best, he said, if you don't have enough haters, you ain't doing your job right. I think this is par for the course. Not only, I think this is, to be expected. He shed a lot of light on HBCUs and then transferred programs. I think it's just natural that now, if you follow him, you're naturally going to have the Deion Sanders effect. We talk about Caitlin Clark effect. He's opened the door to the system looking at players that never would have gotten spotlight before. It's unfortunate, though, that those players who are biting the hand that feeds them as they're walking through the door, they don't realize this is bigger than them. And sometimes this is the part that saddens me. We as people, as our people, we can F it up for everybody else that's coming behind us. Just like we just talked about Caitlin Clark. They're going to give it to her on a nightly basis, but they at the same time are going to take advantage of the light she's shedding on the game and reap the benefits, even though right now it might not be as big as her. Look, for those players that are disgruntled, leaving, whatever, there's no such thing as a perfect coach. He's hard-ass, he's hard-nosed, he's old school. But the fact that you were able to walk through that portal and now get doors opened up, take advantage of the NIL and things like that, don't forget that there are others that need to come through too. And if you badmouth him and slam the door, then the first thing they're going to holler is, it's the man that did it to us. And it's the system that's against us. When in reality, sometimes we're doing it to ourselves. But I don't think he should be ashamed. He should be proud of the fact that, think about what we're saying. his players and his system are getting so much attention that other people want them. And so I'm him. I'm feeling pretty good about it. And people are going to talk. Deion is built for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna be the guy that's gonna be to throw a little salt. You know, I'm a Coach Prime fan, but I mean, damn, they were 4-8. They lost their last 3 games. There were some issues offensively with his son at the quarterback, Shedeur. There's been some rumors of some favoritism, some things like that. 3 players, 4 of his top players, Brenton, that he lost. One of them, running back Dylan Edwards, is a young man that played for him in
last year.
Yeah, well, and he played for him in
Jackson State.
Well, no, that's the other one. He left too. Sivion Wilkerson. He left as well. But Dylan Edwards played for Deion in Little League, and he decided to transfer. So, my question to you, Brenton, does it become sometimes personal? I mean, should Coach Prime take this personal, especially because a lot of these players he already had personal relationships with?
Yeah, see, I love this moment because this is really what separates our generation from the younger ones, because they don't really know what a GOAT is. Like, you don't become a GOAT just because you can hit open shots or you got a stacked team. No, you become a GOAT because you overcome adversities. You endure hard times. You do things that we say, man, he probably ain't gonna be able to do that, and then he does it. And you're like, oh wow, he did it. Right? That's what a GOAT looks like. And so Deion Sanders didn't come in here needing these kids to make him a name. He's already a name. Right. You know what I'm saying? So what Deion actually is doing is making sure his sons got to use his how do y'all call it? Where nepotism.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's doing, and these other kids are just being. I mean, we praise Caitlin Clark, gentlemen. You guys needed to be with Deion because you wouldn't get exposure more otherwise. Mm-hmm. So see, that's the thing. So y'all not. And again, I heard something that Deion may be going to one of them other SEC teams. I'm assuming he'll do that when the boys leave. Again, y'all just need to ride the coattails. And hopefully some fall off. I mean, this man probably still getting paid from a couple of NFL teams still. So I'm just telling y'all, there's nothing about those kids. You didn't hurt Deion leaving. Even if Deion go 0-14, or I don't know how many games. Well, they play 10 games in college.
They play roughly 11, 12 games.
So yeah. So even if Deion go throw a goose egg, Deion gonna be all right. Yeah. It's just y'all. So you didn't hurt Deion. So again, I just feel like it's at this moment you got to have a maturation. Like if my son was playing and he said, "Well, Coach, man, Deion being a little hard on me than the coach before," I'm like, "Bro, step your game up." And again, you have a good game, you may get a payday that you have never have seen in your life. Because guess what? You go out there and you shine for one game, a booster may hook you up, all because you somebody saw you on a TV show that otherwise y'all wouldn't even be in that slot. Right. So just benefit, work hard, fellas.
Well, and I would say this, Toria made her comment is really where you went. This generation of kids can't take criticism. No. They want to be babied and they want everything handed to them on a silver platter. Because social media has made them feel like they superstars already. Yep. All these little videos and TikTok videos and all that stuff. So they already think they stars. So again, the bullseye's on Coach Prime, and I told a commenter this as well. I said, the thing is, you got Shedeur Sanders out here making rap videos, his son, and that's cool. But my thing is, I think less is better. When I say that is, you the quarterback of the team. You don't need to be out here making these little rap videos and singles and all that, talking about how much money you got in your Maybach. Don't nobody that. So now you putting more of a bullseye on the program because a lot of people already don't like your dad and they don't really like you. Then you making these little songs like that. So man, let's just play ball and everything else will fall into place. So again, I'm a Coach Prime fan, but again, I already know the haters are out like roaches. They want to see that program fail. So we'll see what happens. And those other players, we wish them well. So that's my sports segment for the night.
Yeah, man. DJ, what up, bro? What country you in?
By the way, this is always a great day to be a Green Bay Packer fan. Gotta say that.
We about sick of you too in that cup. No, and that's the truth, man. Right? I'm not mad at a little nepotism. White people do it all
the time. Me too, DJ. I'm with you. You're right. You're right.
I have partook in nepotism, so I don't get mad when I see somebody else.
I don't either. We should we as a people should do more of it. I don't think we do enough of it.
Yes, yeah, you're right. And see, hey, Miss Felicia, good to see you. Thank you for joining.
Hey, what's up, classmate? How you doing?
Man, Kenny be bringing them all in here, man. I'm at the y'all tell me, was Kenny was he a
don't start that. Don't
ping. That's what he was doing. Doing basketball and ping. That's what he was doing.
Which was he throwing first?
my brother.
Yes, sir. I mean, he brings
throwing 2 balls. The basketball, then 2 balls. The basketball.
Listen, he brings them in now. I can't find
I'm sick of you, Lady D.
Yes, sick of you. All right. Yes, no. So you're right. Like father, like son. You know, they all they doing is doing what they seen their daddy do. So yeah. So. Good. All right. Well, listen, we're gonna keep this thing moving because we heading up. So listen, we almost getting there, y'all. So after Devin, y'all put the kids up because we're gonna have a really grown conversation here. But for right now, God help us all. So Congress, and again, I ain't gonna get in my theology about all this. But this is interesting to me. So Congress wants to pass a bill, the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act of 2023, HR 6090. And so now the conservatives are actually having an issue with this. I'm pretty sure it's them evangelicals, because now this bill actually comes across like the Bible is anti-Semitic because the gospel talks about Jews killing Jesus. And now they want to pass a law to say that the Bible is incorrect or it's spewing anti-Semitic rhetoric because we're saying we're being mean to the Jews. That again, here's that fake stuff, right? Again, but even some of the Congress women and men are having issues, those conservatives one. And so, you know, I think it's par for the course because again, y'all been playing with DJ Donald Trump over there. So now y'all mad because they finna, and this ain't even the Democrats. This some of them Republicans were doing this. Thank you, Miss Tori. Right. So again, brother, what you think about this bill? They're trying to make the Bible illegal, they say. What you think about that, Black?
Who you referring to?
I'm sorry, you Black. Yeah.
So I actually did a piece on this a couple of weeks ago on TikTok.
We did earlier, DJ.
And I agree that it's problematic for me on a couple of levels. Number one, it's basing the definition of anti-Semitism off of the definition that basically anything that Jewish people don't like. And so here's the problem. It's a slippery slope because the idea that you or I could say, hey, the Jews persecuted Jesus and we want to rewrite literal, scriptural, historical evidence. That's a fact. That's not debatable. But in 2024, we want to eliminate that language because it can come across as anti-Semitic. You know, so I have a problem with it, but I have a problem with it on a much bigger scale. And I'm going to say it point blank because, again, I don't give a damn about the Jews. And I mean that with all due respect. People, you can take it however you want to. I mean that with all due respect. Forgive me if my heart doesn't bleed for Asian Americans, Jewish Americans, my people have it. We have our own issues. So talk to me when you guys are able to get together and talk about the atrocities that African Americans who built this damn country face on a daily. And so it's amazing to me how with the quickness, we got commercials talking about how 2% of the population is Asian, but they experience hate. Well, it's 1 billion of them sons of bitches. So quite naturally, a lot of people gonna hate him, and I say that with love. And we get all up in arms and ready to shit the bed when we talk about Jewish hate. When black people face this I take my fat black ass out of this door every day, and I face that scrutiny. And so, excuse me for not feeling that somebody talks about a Jew or this, that, or the other, when my people still have such disparities when it comes to housing, food, jobs, income, education, and whatnot. So I mean that with all due respect. Y'all handle y'all struggle, but I'm not going to be up in arms about it. And that our government gets up in arms when anytime somebody says something against the Jewish population. I'm offended that we're giving billions of dollars to fight a fucking war that has nothing to do with us. Meanwhile, there are American people, American children, black, white, that go to bed hungry. There are women that are being beaten. There are homeless people. There are veterans that need attention. There are teachers that need better pay. Cops and not being given attention that they need. We got a host of things we can spend that money on. So forgive me if I don't give a damn about some anti-Semitic act.
For all my people, I apologize. Lee didn't want to be as specific as he normally is about issues, but his vagueness was, it is what it is. But nah, brother, I feel you. Sister, I mean, have you ever thought of a time where you thought the Bible would be considered anti-Semitic?
I feel like some 20-year-olds started this movement. And that's not even Jewish. I feel like when they start a lot of movements, it's not even a movement that is requested by the people that are being affected by it. Let's ask someone who truly studies the Bible and that's Jewish and that I see walking to church on Saturday or whatever. Let's ask them if they're still studying from the same Bible and if they have a problem with that, because the Bible is the Bible. That's my first thing. The second thing, this has been my problem all my life, and probably why folks don't want me a lot of times in their church. I get so sick of us picking and choosing the shit we want out of the Bible. Whatever benefits, whatever narrative we want to push, we want to use the Bible for that. So when we talk about this anti-abortion crap and all that, God said it's in the Bible and blah, 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 blah. But then when we want some other narrative, we're going to take that part out of the Bible. Black women that I know black people that I know that would say, the Bible would say something about homosexuality is an abomination. I'd be like, okay, but you sleeping with that lady husband. They don't talk about that in the Bible. So I have never agreed with the way we pick and choose things out of the Bible that we don't like all of a sudden. If you got that big of a problem with it, just burn the shit up and rewrite it to whatever your liking is. But don't be picking and choosing things out of it. It just makes no sense to me. I don't like it. And I truly don't. I almost feel in my heart that this was not a 70-year-old Jewish man who wanted this anti-Semitic law passed in relation to the Bible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I believe it serves us right, because to your point, you made a great point about people picking and choosing what they want. I mean, we have just diluted the authenticity, the veracity, the validity of the scriptures, that now we're coming to a place of no return, that now the very thing that you said was infallible now is about to be illegal. But listen, right. I don't want y'all to misunderstand me whatsoever, right. Because I tell you one thing, the truth don't never need me to help itself. So we can do whatever we getting ready to do. I'm gonna just tell you, I have my faith, and I believe in the God of this universe. And so whatever these people want to do, I promise you, there's been worse that have tried to happen, but y'all don't want to piss him off. But that's just neither here nor there, Kenny. So my question to you, sir, is with all this foolishness and nonsense, with how we've just mistreated the Bible, I mean, does it serve us right?
I don't know if it serves us right, but I also know that when men always gonna have a objective when it comes to this. When you talk about government, and it's just funny that this bill
Yeah, it's a bill.
It's a bill that's before. I don't know if is it in the House or in the Senate. Where did it originate from? That
it was in the House. Yeah, it's coming from the House.
It's in the House. It's coming from the House. Well, we're staring at election year again, my people. Y'all pay attention. They're gonna always bring some controversial stuff about around the time is election year for president and for the House.
That's a good point.
And this stirs up your emotions. So always remember, politicians are just like drug dealers. They work off of your emotions. So always remember, you gotta read and know what's going on in your government, man. And these politicians, they know what they're doing. And I agree 150% with Brother Black. He said it best. And no hate to the Jewish brothers and sisters out there.
Right. Yeah.
But goddamn it, us melanin people, we got our own shit we gotta deal with.
Yes, sir.
Where's the sympathy and the empathy for us? Right. Where's the bills being introduced to help us?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you can miss me on that. And y'all better leave that Bible alone, politicians. Y'all better leave it alone.
Yeah.
If you want to know what's best for you. That's my thought.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a car, and again, I got about 7-8 Bibles at paperback, and I got some real old ones that my great granddaddy had. So yeah, whatever they're gonna do to the internet, y'all be careful out there, because if you don't know your Bible, they'll quote it and they'll half quote it, and then you be sitting up there looking crazy. Yeah. So, all right, listen, y'all. We get almost to the main event, but before we're gonna put that little that front card up, and let sister tell us whose business she's digging in. Look close to home, but good enough. Well, come on, sister.
Y'all know I be trying to mind the business that pays me, and I originally wanted to come over here and talk about Kels and his Shannon Sharpe interview. And we may hit that next week.
Okay.
You dudes, I have lots of questions for you, man.
We do need to talk about him.
But instead, I noticed Puff Daddy Did It son on the internet posting with a cocktail and his girlfriend on the beach, showing us that he don't give a damn what we think and what's going on, because he just put out a diss track over his Ike Turner ass daddy 3 days ago, talking about he innocent and y'all leave him alone, and the drugs and the stuff wasn't even in that house, it was in the new house. I thought of him when y'all was talking about Prime's son. So this boy is no longer a boy, by the way. He a grown ass man who, in my opinion, is feeling untouchable. I know we'll never reach this man, but because y'all are also a grown ass man who've been on this planet a long ass time, longer than him, what advice would you give to this little punk ass dude trying to shun the FBI, the social media, and everybody to defend his father after what we will talk about shortly? I'm starting to Black.
This is sad to me. And so since we talked about the Bible does says raise up a child, and it talks about, I know Brother Brendan knows about that, and you raise a child up in certain ways, says those ways will not depart from him. But we live in a time now where kids are entitled. They're being raised and given things that they don't earn. And that's always been my problem. And this is smacks of chickens coming home to roost. We go back a few years ago and we look at some of the things that Diddy did, when these lavish gifts that he showered his kids with. And, before they even able to drive, they had Rolls Royces, and not that there's anything wrong with that. Who am I to say that if I had that kind of money, I would not give lavish gifts? I don't know. But I would like to believe that I'm cut from a different cloth in terms of principle would be more important to me. So I look at their character, and what it tells me is that his children are devoid of character. The fact that you're oblivious to the fact that what's going on, my advice to him would be, wake up, young man. You're doing more harm than good. And it's sad that you're insulated in such a way that there aren't enough real people around you to tell you to shut the hell up and to hit you in your big grown ass teeth. And realistically, this thing should be taken away from him. You didn't earn anything, but you think you've accomplished something, and it's one thing to stand by your father. I'm okay with that. That's fine. You know that mothers out there standing behind murderous sons, but it smacks of stupidity and entitlement that you're talking. Do you not realize that you're saying this in the face of the federal government? You do realize that with your dad's wealth, you still black, dude. And they're going to make you recognize just what that really means, and that your little bit of money is a drop in the bucket. And so if I was around him, an uncle, a cousin, or whatever, I would tell him, shut the hell up and sit down and be quiet and use some common sense.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ken, do you think P. Daddy Did It is aware of his son's antics and the things that he's doing in a way to support him?
Yeah, he's aware, and he's probably condoning it. I just think that they running amok, and my thing is, it falls back on P. Diddy or Love or whatever the hell he didn't change his name so many damn times, but I'm gonna call him Woman Beater. That's my new name for him. Yeah, Woman Beater, man. He know what's up. And I agree with everything Black say. If I was to give Christian Combs or King Combs or whatever he calls himself advice, yo, young brother, sit your ass down. Your pops is probably getting ready to go away for a while. This empire that you have lived lavishly off of, that you didn't put in any blood, sweat, and tears on, it's about to go away, bro. And at the end of the day, we ain't even talked about the sisters, the 3 girls that P. Diddy has, how this is going to affect them. And to see your big brother out here on the damn gram or wherever he is, just living like ain't shit happening, like you ain't got a worry in the world, that tell me right there you really don't give a shit about your pops, because if you did, you wouldn't be doing that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Brenton, were you aware that there are also allegations out about this little boy? And I feel like the government, feds are petty. And my fear for this young man, because I just think he's naive and stupid, is that I feel like they got a way of being petty enough to be like, oh, you think you're going to play with us? And they could easily come after him too because of the allegations and the things they caught on camera involving him. Or do you think he deserves an opportunity to sit down and get it right because he is stupid?
Well, he is stupid. I'll definitely give him that. Demi said he got 4 girls.
Yeah, 4.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this, young man. I'm gonna give you a name that you probably don't know. His name is Fred Hampton. If y'all don't know who Fred Hampton is, which I'm sure that kid doesn't, he was a nobody and he became somebody. And because he became somebody, it got the attention of the FBI. Well, it was J. Edgar Hoover's boys at the time. So I wish your daddy had taught you to go back over there to that table when grown folks talking, because your daddy has some grown folks issues. He dealing with some big grown folks boys, and before you want to draw the wrong attention, that don't. Fred Hampton died in his house for something that he didn't do. So I don't think you really know what you're playing with. Again, that ain't. Yeah, your daddy didn't teach you well if you don't know when to shut up. So, but I think you're gonna learn today. And again, this life lesson that you're gonna learn, you need to go read up on Fred Hampton because you don't want to get. And again, I'm not saying you Fred Hampton. I'm just telling you when you draw attention to yourself, and the right people get your name on their radar. Yeah, all of a sudden, man, things be happening in your life that you ain't never heard of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. These days and time.
Yeah. So again, man, you just need to be careful out there, homeboy. So yeah, but that's what happened when you're rich and you think you can't be touched, man. You've been watching too much of that BMG and that those other shows with Tyreek and all. man, that you ain't who them dudes are, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, from the last video I saw his daddy, which I'm sure we'll talk about, it looked like he over there in Bali with Russell Simmons down with dogging. His dad is over there with his daddy doing the same thing, but it ain't nowhere like America. So you may have to come back here and you may have to be held accountable for some of the things that you say and do, because the feds are petty. And I think what they just said is you might be forgetting that you still black. You got money, but you still black. You better ask somebody, little boy. You know they say hard head make a soft ass. So
Yeah.
I would chill out while you got an opportunity. And while you worried about people mistreating your daddy, bruh, the calls coming from inside the house. It's your daddy that's effing you over, that's causing all these problems in your life. It ain't the media and people in the outside world. It's your daddy for all the effed up things that he did. And you know what I'm saying? And it's coming home to roost. They always, so just, you need to chill out and mind your own business. You know, I'd hate for you to go down, because I do just think that you're naive and you know what I'm saying, and you were born with that silver spoon in your mouth, but they might stick it up your ass if you keep playing with it. Now I'm gonna go mind my business.
Oh, yikes. Oh boy.
Yeah, say DJ, I ain't never watched not even 1 second of that show, so I didn't even know what it was, but I just know there's so many of them now. You know, 50 Cent, Empire, I don't know. It's just all that. Miss Toria says they're going to all take Diddy money and skip to Dubai, or he going to make a deal for no jail time to snitch and give the feds a bigger star. Ain't too much bigger than Diddy, so he better. I mean,
you know, the interesting thing I think we gotta say right now that he has not been charged with anything.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
I mean, I'm sure they're gathering whatever they think they have, but at the end of the day, he could not be charged with anything, guys.
Thank you.
So let's you know, my thing is, you know, we can't convict him yet. Now, I can convict him on that video that I saw on CNN.
Right.
I can convict him of that. But anything the feds got, he's not been charged with anything.
And DJ makes a great point that, when you start poking at the bear, you just don't. Again, that rock you throwing in that house, bro, that may be a good. I mean, you know, I ain't a conspiracy theorist. I leave that to my brother over here to me. But again, you know, y'all doing these things, and all of a sudden these folks go get them monsters out their closet, and then all of a sudden now you ain't got no daddy no more. Go ahead, bro.
I just wanted to add to Brother Kenny's point, and I did a live on this today. You know, we have to be careful, because again, he literally has not been charged with a crime. Now, having said that, what he did on camera is inexcusable. That's inexcusable, and I call it an act of cowardice. And I miss the good old days when, where's her brothers? Where's her uncles? Because they should have whooped his ass. But that's neither here nor there.
What we talking about?
And two things can be true at the same time. He's a monster, narcissist, a coward, this, that, and the other. And then, is she the kind of woman that stayed in that? And so I just addressed some of the sycophants, though, that jumps out in the light, because now that the videos come to the light, I knew it all along. And he's a monster, and he's this, that, and the other. Luke did a video where he talked about where was all of these people coming to our aid when it happened years ago. The aides, the management, the handlers, this, that, and the other.
Right.
And we're not going to talk about the fact that I'm sure all of us, especially brothers on this panel, and Craig and DJ Washington too, you probably experienced situations where you know somebody that was in an abusive situation and you tried to pull her out and you became the bad guy. So sometimes women stay for whatever the reason. The money, the fame, the dick, whatever you want to call it. So two things can be true at the same time. So we have to be careful. He hasn't been convicted of anything yet. And so where he's all of these things, my thing is, though, many of us, right in our own families, and I talked about this on my video, we have holidays every year. This coming Thanksgiving, sitting at your table, it's going to be some cousins, some uncles that's beating somebody that you know about, and you ain't saying shit. So when you want to talk about commending him, step up then, because again, Devin said about the Bible, there's no one sin greater than the other. So beating a woman, cheating on your taxes, cheating on your wife, this, that, and the other, you have to be careful while being hypocrites about this here thing. And there's a reason why there's a statute of limitation. I'm not going to go any deeper than that, but my thing is he might be all of those things. Be careful about that finger you point.
Okay, well, let's get into Janice's son. DJ said they got to dig up something new for him to see any jail time. I wish he would. And yeah, okay. So let's get into it because I know this is going to be the big conversation we're going to have. And I'm just not going to refer to him by his name anymore because I don't. I mean, I don't care about people, celebrities like that, but I don't respect that at all. So as far as he's concerned, that's Janice's son. That's his mama name. So I just, we'll just leave it at that. Y'all can call him whatever, but I'm not talking about that dude like that. I know we've all seen the video, but just for the sake of somebody that may watch this later, let me show y'all the video of him apologizing. Well, whatever this is, and then I have something I want to bring up about this. So I'm not finna talk about what everybody else been talking about. I'm finna talk about something else. So let's just watch a little bit of this and then we'll get into it.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
All right, so I can't listen to it because it upsets me. It makes me very angry. And we'll get into it in just a second. But for me, exactly, y'all. I mean, that's the thing about our culture. We know what is and what ain't. You know what I'm saying? And we know who he's doing that for. Now, again, as y'all are conversating in the comments, DJ was like, well, why she didn't apologize? And Carol said it's because of whatever was a part of the
legal,
settlement.
The settlement. He probably can't speak her name, so he probably couldn't say it.
So again, see, to everybody's point, I don't even have to point out the obvious, right? You don't have to. Again, if you're gonna write a statement because you say that your name was being dragged through the mud or however you put it, bruh, even if you got counseling, the number one thing about counseling is you admit what you did. That's what they tell you. Like, you got to be honest about what you did. So again, to tell us that you're apologizing for something, that doesn't make sense 8 years later, fool. But that's not my biggest issue. And again, black folks don't normally talk. We're gonna talk today because again, you made a statement about people in your living room or coming to dinner. I get that. Let me read Craig's comment and I'm gonna get into it. Speaking of staying quiet, Diddy should have. Yeah. So again, everybody understands, but this is my thing. I'm gonna be a little bit transparent, and I had to talk about it a little more, but I've seen this, not the beating. I have three different perspectives here. My biggest problem is those enablers. A predator cannot prowl by himself, not for a long period of time, because eventually somebody's going to see it. And so I'm going to set this stage because I'm going to bring about this enabler issue for me, because I was assaulted, but I was assaulted by a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But years later, somebody came to me and they said their child was assaulted. And they asked me, did that happen to me? And I told them, yeah. And they got upset at me. And I said, but I didn't know. I didn't know that was, I didn't see them. I would have told you to keep your kids away from them had I known you was around them like that. I said, but because I didn't know that, I didn't. So I had to contemplate in my mind, why do people keep their mouth shut when they see things going on? Number one, these people are not wanting to say because they want to keep the power. Money's been given to them and things like that. And again, I get the whole don't judge me, don't judge. I got the people that's protecting him, Janice's son, that's saying leave him alone. Everybody make mistakes. To your point, Black, you said somebody's gonna be sitting at the table. But here's the thing for me, and then I'll hear from everybody else. If the person has made a mistake one time, yeah, I understand why we don't want to go there and make a big deal about it. But if you continue to see somebody's behaviors, and then you keep not saying nothing because you keep falling to that, and that's in the church. All right, okay, I'm gonna take that rabbit hole. I'm just saying, but my problem is an enabler is a person who sees somebody continuously doing the things to hurt other people. See, I didn't know that my abuser was hurting other people because I wasn't around them. But had I known, I'd have said something. Hey, get your kids. No. But enablers, they don't do that. They'll see them and they won't say nothing. Your moral character is worse than Janice's son to me. Now listen, I hope Satan got a 6-bedroom, 3-bath for him, waiting on him, because I promise you, any man, alpha male, listen, we would have went through every bodyguard. I mean, y'all have thought we'd have turned into Denzel Washington on The Equalizer, because I'm just saying we gone. You're just not gonna see. I cannot fathom my daughter in that moment, and I don't care what it would have been. I mean, sister, I mean, come on.
I got a couple things, and probably ain't what y'all thinking. I think that was wrong, that what he did to Cassie, but for some reason, everybody's up in arms because we saw it on tape, right? Because she already had these transcripts out.
Exactly. Yeah.
We'd already heard about the horrible things that he did to Kim. And I think everybody in his life, he's probably beat.
Kardashian?
But I feel like we pick and choose celebrities we want to cancel because of this behavior. It depends on who they hurt or if we see proof of it. When Chris Brown had Rihanna looking like a rhino with that big knot on her head, then we wanted to cancel him, even though we had heard all these negative things about him. Dr. Dre was Mike Tyson and Michelle A. and his current ex-wife. He was honored recently at the freaking Super Bowl. And so we cancel who we want to cancel. And a lot of it, I'll tell y'all, because a lot of women stay in these situations for a really long time. I didn't go through physical abuse per se, but I went through a lot of abuse to where I didn't call the police because you feel like you have to protect that person. You just want them to leave and go away, but you don't want them to go to jail. You don't want nobody hurting them, and you don't want nobody judging them. You don't want nothing bad happening. And that a lot of those women with Puff, I feel like they were in fear of him, similar to Ike and Tina from us watching the movie. She always felt like if she left him, he would kill her, and he'd done enough damage to where she believed him. I still, in just the heart of hearts, believes Kim Porter, who was completely healthy, didn't die of just pneumonia of her lobe. Everybody's just kind of swept it under the rug. I mean, not even telling my own business. My earliest childhood memories of being 3 was with my dad working at Oil City with steel-toe boots, stomping the shit out of my mama in her stomach, and then coming home later and she made his food and sat beside him like nothing ever happened. That's just life. Me and my siblings shouldn't have been fighting my daddy to get him. And then what did she do? Got another relationship. Me and my brother fighting that man. It's just, I don't know why it's embedded in our culture, and I wouldn't just say it's just Black people. But
no, it's not. Yeah.
Right?
No, it's not. Right. It's not just Blacks. Yeah.
I don't know why it's embedded in our culture to let stuff go. You don't want to call the police on nobody. An incident I did have with my ex-husband, where I tried to leave him, and let's just say I ended up with a bruise on the whole left side of my body. Went to the police, and you know what it told me? You're gonna ruin this man's life.
Crazy.
We'll just tell him to leave you alone. You don't want that record on him. And this was because he was trying to snatch a phone or something from me, and I tried to grab it back, and he pushed me into a refrigerator, and boom. They didn't even want to hear nothing about that. There's just something embedded in us to protect the people who harm us and just hope that they'll go away and then move on with their life. I know so many women who don't move on with their life. Or in my situation, you try to move on with your life and then they make your life miserable. So sometimes you like, it's just easier to stay than to leave and have to go through all of that torture. So that's what a lot of it is. I think Diddy's trash, but I think a lot more people other than Diddy are trash. But because we don't see it on camera, we don't say anything or do anything. And for the people that are in our personal lives that we know of, we don't say anything or do anything. And we'll see a woman get with the dude that we know is trash. And it's just repeat. It's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So, I mean, I think women, we need to stand up for ourselves and put these sorry punk asses in jail. And then maybe that they'll stop, because a lot of people don't want to go to prison. Or like my ass, I bought a gun and kept it on me. And I made sure I called the police that one time. That way, if something else happened, they can't say I didn't tell y'all what kind of person it was. We're going to have to stand up for ourselves. And like you said, Brenton, other people need to also stand up and quit telling women dumb shit like, don't send him to jail. Just tell him to move on. You don't want to ruin his reputation or give him a record and all that other shit.
No. Again, Kenny, I'm going to just say it to you like this, because for me, the reality is that you have no credibility now, enablers. Like, I don't even care to hear your story. Like, as much as I don't want to hear Janice's son, I don't want to hear from y'all either. And again, yes, can we paint the picture? Well, some dudes don't want to say nothing because they doing it too. Or some dudes don't want to say nothing because they got it done to them. Or even to Devin's point, some people don't want to say nothing because they don't think nothing's going to happen. I get the reasons why, but man, we willing to risk a whole lot of other things in life. Why not risk this? I mean, you know, Kenny, I'll just let you speak to the point.
My thoughts on this, I'm gonna put this out there right off the front. Two men, there's two men that I don't F with. I don't F with women beaters, and I don't F with predators, child and pedophiles. So anytime I find out that you doing one or the other or both, I'm gonna call you out. That's just me. And I can get a little personal, because I want to speak on something what Black said, that at Thanksgiving, the holidays, we got family reunions and we do these things, and we know that Uncle such and such or cousin such and such has done some things. We don't say nothing, but we quick to speak on P. Diddy, but because there's a, you know what, I'm not gonna go there. I was about to go there. I'm not gonna go there. Yeah. But my thing on this is the enablers is really what's bothering me, because Stevie J, I don't know if y'all watched the Tubi documentary. I don't know if y'all watched that.
I did. He looked like an idiot now, doesn't
he? He was the only one that was in that documentary that spoke up for him. So now he's a fool and he's an idiot too. So because you enabled him, you knew this was going on. You knew he had this in his DNA. You knew all that, and you cool with that. And it's just funny that none of the people that supposedly love P. Diddy, I hadn't heard from Mary J. I hadn't heard from Faith Evans. I hadn't heard from none of them speak up.
Yeah. Because
you know why? Because they knew he was beating on women.
That's right. Stay quiet. Keep quiet.
And he was signing their checks because money and power keeps people quiet.
Yeah.
When there's some bad stuff going on. So I'm with you, Brendan. I'm as far as P. Diddy, he's trash to me.
Yeah.
His little, whatever. all right, you did that, whatever. You did that for pomp and circumstance. I get that. But it doesn't mean nothing. It went in one ear out the other for me. I really feel for his daughters though, because now you got daughters, but you was cool with putting your hand on somebody else's daughter. You was really cool with that.
Yeah.
So there's no apology out there that he can do. There's nothing he can do, man. And my thing is this: if y'all cancel R. Kelly, y'all better cancel P. Diddy's the same way.
Yeah.
Because to me, his is hell, his, in my opinion, his is a lot more worse.
Yeah, yeah, Miss Toria, and I know everybody had a reason, and I just, again, y'all don't have to say that until y'all get subpoenaed, and they just tell the truth. And that's the thing, Black. What, to your point about those people at the dinner table, again, I know what you're saying, and I'm different. If I know something about you and you are part of my family, I don't fool with you. Matter of fact, I make you feel uncomfortable around me.
And I'm gonna call you out. I know I will.
You tell jokes, and I don't laugh. And they look at Bridget, it's not funny.
Nope.
Is it, Junior? Mm-hmm. And I listen, I take all the smoke. Call me barbecue man, because I want it all. Especially if I know. Because I don't want that around me. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Nobody's asking you to go out and start blowing the whistle on everybody because everybody sins. I got that. Just don't lie. Tell the truth. That's it. If somebody asks you, and that's why I didn't feel no type of way when that young lady asked me. I said, well, I didn't know that you was going through that. Again, that's me. I'm letting everybody get second, third chances again, because I didn't think it was wrong at the time. And I'm grown, I got kids. Yeah, it's wrong. But I'm saying, but when somebody come to you, and that's the problem. And here it is. I'm giving it to you, Black. When people come to y'all, stupid Jay, and you say dumb things, you lie, then you're no better than him. You're no better than him. That's my problem. Just don't lie on the people that's at the table at Thanksgiving. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Black.
So I'm gonna try to be short with mine because I love the fact that we're having this conversation, and TFG tonight, we don't shy away from topics that are uncomfortable.
Oh no.
But of course, opinions like assholes, and we all got them. And I am a king I'm the opinionated asshole number one. So I'm honestly desensitized by the whole thing. So I'm gonna call him Puffy. Brother love, this, that, and the other. I'm a big supporter of R. Kelly's music, always will be. I've always maintained that I'm able to separate the person from their art. Doesn't change that for me here either. So I have no problem calling him by his name. We have our opinions of what we see. And as I mentioned, watching the video, it smacks of disingenuous, smacks of, oh, you got caught. But now behind the scenes, for all I know, his attorneys could be telling him, you got to get out in front of this. For all I know, his attorneys are telling him, don't mention her name. As they reported on CNN right now, that, maybe he has to do some things because while he can't be charged criminally, civil trials and the other impending things could come into play. There's reasons for all of this. And again, with his level of money, fame, and power, all these things come into play. I don't know who knew what, to be honest with you.
Right.
So I'm speaking in general terms. So I'm not even here to judge Stevie. Now, in hindsight, with him defending him, it does look really, really bad. But is him defending P. Diddy any worse than all of the people that attended his parties, that partied on his yacht, ate his food, drank his liquor, party with him? We named a couple of names. It's awfully quiet on Jay-Z's front. We talked about Mary J. Blige. It's just amazing to me how, as long as you're benefiting from that association, you didn't have anything to say. But I'm not even going to judge that person. I'm not walking in their shoes. I don't know what they knew. My problem is speaking to the common folks, because I'm going to keep it honest with you. The same way I went off about anti-Semitism, I'm not caught up in the glamour and glitz of famous people. Dave Chappelle did a famous skit one time where he said that he mocked how much we place so much attention on famous people. Oh my God, Ja Rule, Phil, this, that, and it was so funny. But the truth in that was, it's amazing how people put too much emphasis on what's happening when somebody's rich and famous. And that's why I gave the analogy about our own families. The reality is, I'm no more going to see P. Diddy than I'm going to see Trump.
Exactly.
So now it's amazing how we talked in his comments. We talked about, a selective criticism. So it's amazing how, and Devin talked about it. That selective criticism, it goes in so many different ways. We can select who we want to pick and choose as monsters. Meanwhile, the leading candidate for president of the United States says you can grab him by the pussy. And he talks about how he's treated women. But again, R. Kelly's locked up and this, that, and the other. But when certain counterparts, we're able to let that go. And that's the reason why I can separate the man from his art. And then unless you want to talk about personal stories, my father, my biological father, beat my mother. We have a bat right now where my older brother laid his ass out because we grew up not tolerating it. If we're going to also talk about personal story, my nephew, his baby mama constantly beat on him, grabbed him, raked him, cut him up, this, that, and the other. So that's selective criticism. But when a woman is doing it sometimes to a man, he just so happens to stand 6'6". So I guess he's supposed to take it. I've broken up with women because one of my exes, who I was absolutely in love with, went back to her abuser, and the words I told her was, I'm out of this relationship because you require a level of chaos I'm just not willing to provide.
Exactly.
And so that selective criticism, there's a flip side to that coin as well. And so my thing is, I honestly don't give a damn about P. Diddy's well-being, his big T kids, his ugly daughters, or any of them damn people. I really don't care, to be honest with you. I'm speaking to the bigger conversation. And while it's not hypocritical to call out the truth as we see it from that video, all I ask is keep that same energy when you're calling out other things, because we've been talking about the Bible on here. And so don't elevate P. Diddy kicking Cassidy above some of the other things that we see and know to be wrong.
Yes,
because for me, you don't get to be selective about, well, that's a worse crime than this over here.
Right.
If you're going to be righteous and have that righteous indignation, be all the way righteous for me. But again, that's my opinion. That's why I feel that way. And so my thing is, I just sit back in the weeds and listen to all of this vitriol that they arming at him. And these are the same people that ate his food, drank his music, this, that, and the other. And we as a people are quick to cut the legs off and apply Me Too with our own, but then go out and watch a John Wayne movie, watch Elvis Presley movies, listen to songs watch Kevin Spacey. That's one of his favorite shows. Some of these same people are just as monstrous, but okay, it doesn't seem to be as bad. Mm-hmm. And does it? And there's a existential question is if a tree falls, do we hear it? So does it matter that there weren't any cameras around? No. If you beaten a woman, you're a coward, whether it's caught on camera or not. So are we going to get all up in arms just because when we see it? When in reality, Google the statistics right now. There's a woman being beaten right now. There's a child being beaten right now. Yeah. So you want to speak out on something, speak out on all of it. Don't be selective just because this is Cassidy. I don't give a damn about Cassidy. He has his reasons and his motives, and she has hers. And none of us were in those rooms and know what happened back in 2016. And so for me, I can detach myself from it, but like you, everybody watching, I have an opinion. I think it was disingenuous. I think he should have his ass beat. I think his kids are damn fools, but I also think Cassie is opportunistic.
So
yeah. Let me say this real quick, Brother Brent, and DJ. He put something in his comment that I want to say, and Brother Lee said this, that we don't see a lot of the beatings that happen because there's no video, but we did get to see this video from this hotel who should be held accountable too, in my opinion, because they enable this as well. That was just hard to watch. And that's coming from a man with a daughter and a granddaughter. So it hits a little different I think for me, because I know if I saw some video of my daughter getting beaten by her boyfriend or whatever, I'm not gonna be here right now. He gonna probably have to kill. He gonna have to probably have to kill me because I know I'm gonna be in his ass. That's just
my
me.
one question. Full disclosure: would you feel that same way if you saw a woman beating a man? I'm just curious.
I wouldn't. Nope.
I thank you for being honest.
Okay, yeah. So I hear y'all, and we can bring about the double standard another day. I want to just make this clear, and because I knew this was going to take a long time, and we'll just move on from this. For me, I think it's about making sure that we can't save the world. Jesus didn't even do that, right? But to those that are in your vicinity, just do it. Again, Demi asked, who are we talking about that keep the same energy? The enablers, because people pick and choose their outrage. People pick and choose their criticism. Right. All I'm saying is, for the people that are in my vicinity, we don't have to worry about that. This one right here, we ain't putting up with that. So
same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
So as small as these entities are, unfortunately, I can't speak to the world because they're so horrible people. But again, this is who I am about my Bible. And I'll just tell y'all the story. I'm gonna summarize it. We all know the story about David and Bathsheba. But what we don't know about David and Bathsheba, as the reason why David had a lot of problems, is because David's right-hand man at the time, he didn't know it, but that was Bathsheba's granddaddy. And when Bathsheba's grandmama found out what David did to kill Bathsheba's husband, he made sure that his son slept with all his wives. So y'all just be careful since they want to make the Bible illegal. I am clear. I'm not wishing anything on him because whatever gonna happen to him is far beyond anything I could ever think of. But everything in my vicinity, we just won't put up. We ain't putting that up in here.
And I just want to add, like Kenny and like you, I'm from that small community too. My very best friend at the time, I found out he liked to date underage women. And for me, I ended the friendship.
Right.
He went from he went from 22 to 18. When it dipped below 18, that was a friend. That was my best friend. Yeah. That was my best friend. Yeah. I had to end it. And so for me, you can't put your feet under my table and be the uncle that touches kids.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Not for me.
Yeah.
Right. For me,
my older sister got into it with her. I said, I don't want to get in your marriage, but if you feel like you have to put your hands on her, leave her alone. Because I'm built differently.
Yes.
So for me, I come from a small community, and Uncle Luke said the same thing. I live in total fear sometimes walking out that door because of who I'm built. If I see a man beating a woman, I have to get involved.
Have to get involved, right?
And it could cost me my life.
Yep.
Because I don't know no other way how to be. Right. I can't turn a deaf ear to it. But that could cost me my life. So I contemplate that all the time. Do I walk over there? Do I call somebody or something? Because I can't just see it and ignore it.
Yep.
But Carl made a great point. Protect your village. And that's all we're saying. And if for those that are not doing that, I apologize. But for those that are, I congratulate you. So again, that's all we're saying, and it's a tough subject, and so we did our best to try to cover it. She said prayers for all people in Houston. So, that's true.
Right.
All right. So listen, we've done so well. I did not want to do that subject, injustice. So we're gonna just get on to Lee and let him give us his.
Mine will be super quick.
Okay.
Super duper quick so we can get out of here.
I feel like we on Real Talk for Real Man. What you were talking today? So no.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's organic because of subjects.
Go ahead,
and that's why I was shortening this real quick. It's literally on the tail end of this conversation because it's such a big topic that I hope that it continues to open up the dialogue. And what I pray that doesn't happen is, let's move on to the next thing. We got tornadoes in Houston. When the next celebrity done some dumb shit, let's move on to something new. Since we opened this door, let's walk through it, folks, and let's stand in the light of it. And that's why I called this Me and My Shadow. Me, I ain't talking about P. Diddy. I'm not talking about Brenton. I'm not talking about Devin. I'm not talking about Kenny. Who I am on May 20th, 2024, I wasn't this same person 15, 20 years ago. And so there are things that I have to live with. And what the place I've come to settle to at this stage of my life, especially considering some of the recent events that have happened and that I know God is real. And I'm not going to turn this into a religious segment, only to say this, though. I'm grateful that I am a work in progress. And I'm grateful that the God that I serve is a God of forgiveness. Because I think back to some of the things that I did to people's daughters that I wouldn't do today. I think back to things I did in the past that where I had no conscience about. And so that person, that's still me, that's my shadow, follows me every day. So I wake up every day trying to be a little bit better than I was before. And despite all the crazy shit that comes out of my mouth, I promise you this, I'm on my knees in prayer to my God every night to try to be a better person and hope that I'm not judged with the same severity that at times I've judged others. And so I ain't talking to nobody else because I don't want to throw in a glass house. And I want to be forgiven for my errors and my sins. And I hope the people that I've surrounded myself with and the guy that you've come to know, because you might not like the guy that I was 20 years ago. So I like that I've evolved into this person, but we don't ever get to outrun our sins fully. At the end of the day, whether you believe in whatever you believe in, you're going to answer to somebody. Mm-hmm. And sometimes answering for our actions and sins, we don't have to wait for the here and the after. Sometimes it does come in the form of health conditions. Sometimes it does come in the form of financial ruin. And so all I ask for people to do is to remember, while you're pointing that finger, there's a couple pointing back at you. So look at yourself and be a little bit forgiving, not just for other people, but of yourself, and try to be a little bit better. And so for that reason, I'm always aware that my shadow is sitting on the side as a reminder of who I used to be and who I want to be.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that for your conciseness. Thank you. Listen, y'all, I just want to tell y'all, those y'all that still go to church, and y'all tell y'all pastor that P. Diddy and all them other ones, let that be a warning to y'all. Y'all better cut that out in that church because it's coming. So I just want y'all to know that all that exposing ain't gonna just happen in the world. That church coming too. So y'all be careful. Tell them preachers they want a prophecy. That's a prophecy for you, right? It's coming. What Jake say? Get ready, get ready, get ready. It's coming. Well, he is coming too. Yeah.
He said some other stuff too. we ain't gonna talk about that.
We're gonna talk about that. Yes, sir. No, not at all. Okay, listen, y'all. Great show. Thank you all for your interactions. I appreciate everything you do. I thank my family for having that tough conversation. I know we didn't get the Black Love series, but I think we had a little conversation in our Black Love that y'all just stop letting these fools get away with this stuff. I ain't telling y'all to be going out there blowing the whistle on everybody, but just don't be lying. Tell the truth so people to know and won't get hurt. All right, sister. Thank you for digging in folks' business, that dumb son of his. But
in light of the topic on Diddy Did It, for women, I just want to say, just like Black said 20 years ago, he's a total different person. I'm a totally different person than I was 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I would have tolerated the physical abuse, emotional abuse that did, if I'm just going to be quite honest with you. Today, I live by the motto of whatever happens to that person is not your business. If they get arrested and go to jail for the longest and get their ass whooped in jail, that's not your problem. If he threatened to take his life, because that's what I hear from a lot of people that I know who are going through things with people they're in relationships with, they do stupid shit. And then when it's time to leave them or for them to be held accountable, they start making threats as, I don't want to live, I'm going to hurt myself. That's not your problem. That's between them and whoever their God is. It's not your problem. Things that we tolerate become what we tolerate. Let me just say that. So when you stop tolerating foolishness, I promise you your life will get better. Yes, sometimes it does end well, but don't be stupid. Don't get into a fight with somebody who's aggressive. You have to move on. And the main thing is when we see red flags and we see signs of who that person is, we need to leave immediately. And also, somebody that I watch on YouTube, Erica, she was like, she always talks about men and their Yelp reviews. We need to read the Yelp reviews. I knew my ex was trash before I got with him. I don't know why. I believed he was going to be different with me. I didn't get exactly the same person because, like I said, I got a little crazy in me. I will pull the trigger and I will call 911. So I'm a little different. So I didn't go through the same like a physical abuse as people in his past because of who I am. But I still went through a lot, and I don't know why I thought I was any more special. So when somebody treats you, or you see that somebody was trash to the person before you, there's a good chance they're going to treat you the same way. But then again, for some people, it don't matter because we know dudes. Y'all know dudes. I know dudes who beat the shit out of women, who cheat on women all the time, and they always manage to get another one. And it's the same thing with the next one. They always seem to get another one. It's the same thing with the next one. Just know that that is not a behavior that we have to tolerate today. If you live in Texas, gun laws are not what they used to be. If somebody beats you, let me tell you something. Call the police on them once or twice. Show some evidence of a bruise, a mark, or something. Just once, right? And then next time they mess with you or put their hands on you, let them hit you at least once and shoot the shit out of them. And what the cop told me, she said, you shoot them till they stop moving. And this was a police officer who told me that. She was like, don't just shoot him to injure him or till you think you're safe. You shoot him until they ass stop moving. So that's what I'm going to tell you, women, because men are stronger than women. I don't care what anybody says. And you're not going to overpower him physically, but you can shoot the shit out of him. I bought a gun. It's easy. They cheap. That you can go to. I went to shooting ranges multiple times. I'm a pretty good shot. I'm telling y'all all my business. I'm not to be fucked with.
You know what?
I let everybody.
I'm scared of you.
My kids ain't to be fucked with. My mama ain't to be fucked with.
I'm scared
That's just,
of you.
I saw too much as a child, and it's just not something I will ever tolerate anymore with me and anybody that I love. And that is what it is. That's my final thought.
All right, well, I know what you did this weekend. You was at the NRA, wasn't you?
NRA.
All right.
She got an itchy trigger finger. I'm scared of her.
All right, my brother. Good job today, man. Thank you so much, brother. What's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is I want to thank everyone that popped in and watched us. I want to thank DJ.
Yes.
I want to thank Demi J. I want to thank Carol. I want to thank Craig. I want to thank Miss Toria. Issachar. Yeah, I want to thank you all for popping in. Make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to TFG Tonight. You can catch us here every Monday night when Devin is not out the country. You can catch us here every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We might be not next Monday is Memorial Day, Brother Brenton. We here or not?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, I mean, it's up to y'all. Yeah,
it's your show.
Y'all see, if y'all don't, y'all won't. I mean, I asked the family in the chat, and
Yeah, okay. But you can catch us here every Monday night at 8 p.m. We're gonna give it to you straight with no chaser, and I think we have conversations, man, that need to be had, and I think this P. Diddy conversations was one of those tough conversations, and I wanna get an invitation, Brenton. I don't want to overstep my boundaries. I want to get an invitation to those that's in the chat. If there's something that you want to hear our opinions and our perspective on, send a message, send an email about something that you want to say. I heard about this. Did you hear about that? We want to get your perspective on that, because I really think that myself and Brenton, the host, and Miss Devin and Lee, we gonna come with whatever it is, and we gonna tell you what it is. TI is, as we say in our community. So I want you all to be interactive and be involved with this, because this is why we do it, for the viewers. This is because this is why we do it. Yeah. So I just want to thank everyone for watching, and just to end real quick, this P. Diddy thing again. The visual evidence definitely it definitely had a lot to do with how I felt about it. I was not feeling him from years ago, the rumors and the stuff that I read about P. Diddy. I was not really feeling him, and just his whole personality, his whole aura, because money and power. I think he felt like he was he was untouchable, so to speak. And so again, this is one of those situations where the chickens have come home to roost. And I don't wish nothing bad upon the brother. You know, I wish that I pray that he gets his life together. And I'm not judging him, but I ain't God either.
Yeah.
So what I saw on the video, bro, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So hey, you reap what you sow. That's where I look at it. So that's my final thoughts.
Hey, Miss Tamar, you know we cut for you for sure. Yeah, no, listen, there's a lot of people out here that's back here watching, don't say nothing else, and I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, I think about them about the way Lee think about Jews. So it's okay.
What's up, Miss Tamar?
No. But yeah,
how you doing, Miss Tamar?
Thank you so much for coming on. Yeah, so appreciate it. What you say, Miss Carol? Thanks for the conversation. It was needed and enlightened. Yes, thank you so much, Miss Carol, for sure. All right, y'all. He got a little more in the tank, I think. I don't know how much he got left, but come on, brother, give me that.
No, mine is short again. You know, so we missed Black Love series on Honor of Black Love. I'm trying to do the P. Diddy dance, so I'm too fat to do it now. But the P. Diddy Harlem Shake. But anyway,
yeah, he gonna be doing some Harlem Shake, all right.
And Honor of Black Love, I still got love for him.
Yeah.
While I don't green light or agree with what he did, we have to love our people all the way. Not just the bread, but the crumbs too, for me. And so just like I still got mad love for R. Kelly, I hope these brothers find redemption. Hope they find some measure of peace. I hope they evolve to become better people. And so for me, I'm not willing to throw them away just yet. And so my thing is, while I can't condone their actions, I love my people. My brother Kenny, you always talk about Black love. And so we didn't do a Black love segment tonight. I got love for my people, crumbs and all. We do some of the craziest, dumbest, stupidest shit, and I wouldn't want to be a part of any other race. So there you go.
Oh, that's my home. What's up, brother Kennard, man?
What up, fam? What up, Kennard? Yeah.
Hey, me and Kennard go way back. Yeah. So, okay, listen, I'm going to just keep it short. I want to ask y'all, what is worse than someone moving the goalpost on you? What would be worse than somebody moving that proverbial goalpost on you?
Worse?
Is there anything worse than somebody moving the goalpost on you? Okay.
Lying to me, like just lying to me in my face, and I know you lying to me.
That is bad.
Yeah,
good answer.
That's worse for me.
Good answer.
Okay, I like that. Sister, you got something to slit somebody throat with?
Completely being somebody other than who you really are.
You talking about that? What's that? Risa Pieces, whatever girl name. Yeah, Risa Tisa. That's it. I mixed the two pieces. Okay, well, listen, that was some good stuff. Okay, well, take a look at this, and I'll see if this is worse. Maybe.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Oh, God damn. Yikes.
About 3 days. For every day that's another 100,000. You better lay down.
I hope he got a hell of a PTO, because his ass is gonna damn so be out for a minute.
ain't nothing gonna happen, because that was one of them shithole countries.
You stay out of my final thought. I'm the one cracked the final jokes. Well, listen, I would have to say I do think that there's one thing that's worse than somebody moving the goalpost on you, and that's somebody that's moving the staircase to success on you. Because listen, if I'm from underneath your feet, if you trying to make it in life, and they move those stairs that you trying to climb out your way, and you take a Humpty Dumpty fall, just know, brother, you better get you some better friends than that, because that's horrible right there, man. So y'all listen, y'all just keep climbing the ladder of success, but just make sure ain't nobody moving that thing out your way so you won't bust that head in the meantime. But great show, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, y'all, that's Lee, that is Devin, and that's Kenny. And we'll probably see y'all Monday. We'll let y'all know, though. Peace.
Peace. All right. Peace out.